What's up, guys? How are you all doing? And Merry Christmas! I hope everybody is getting ready for the holidays. Hope everybody has safe trips during the holidays. But today is one of our Christmas specials. That's right. So what we're going to be looking at today is a little circuit board Christmas tree that was provided by one of the guys on Amazon. I'll have a link down in the description. So if you want to pick up this jolly little kit yourself, it runs on 3 AA batteries, or it even has a socket where you can plug a USB cord in. All the parts come in the kit. It's fairly easy to put together. So let's go ahead and put this little guy together and have ourselves a Merry Christmas. If that sounds like something that you'd enjoy, it's coming up right here, right now on misperry. What's up, guys? How you all doing? And Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope you guys are having a great holiday season. I had someone send me this great little Christmas thing, which is what we're going to be using this for this Christmas special here. I have not opened it yet, so we're going to be basically kind of reviewing it as well as spreading some good old Christmas cheer. So what is in here, let's tear this open, is a PCB Christmas tree. Oh boy. So it comes in this little package. Link down in the description. I have an Amazon link that you can go to so you can pick this up. These are available on Amazon. It should be a 3D Christmas tree that you basically build yourself. So let's see what we got here. All right. Instructions. And it looks like we got quite a few pieces and parts. All right, so we've got, oh, look at that. It's a Santa Claus keychain. Oh my goodness. Here, let's see if I can see if I can free Santa Claus. Come on. May have to get rough with it. Come on, Santa. You know you want out. All right, so we got a little Santa Claus keychain. I don't know if you can see that. But little Santa Claus keychain. How cute is that? He's going to be hanging out with us. All right, so we got some battery terminals. Looks like, ooh, that just came apart on me here. I don't know if you see that. This is not exactly the most expensive thing, but at the same time, it'll do. Is it supposed to go further down on there, or? No. Huh. I don't know. I would think that would go a little further in there, but maybe not. Once you get the batteries in it, it's probably pretty stable. So some pretty thin wire here. All right, so the idea is theoretically these trees, I think once we do it, they should slide together like so to make the Christmas tree. But first we'll have to solder the components onto it. And then we've got a base. Looks like the base even solders. Looks like these go into these base little holes, and it probably solders as well. Looks like that's how the power gets up to it. Very interesting design. Let's take a closer look here. Yep, take a closer look. So it looks pretty good actually as far as circuit board quality. Pretty good layout. And I'll tell you what though, on these I really would recommend no acute angles whenever you're running traces. Just because, no 90 degrees if you can keep from it, just because of etching. Now for something like this, it's not going to require a ton of power or something like that, but a lot of times the etching, remember it's chemical etching, so a lot of times it will, these are round, technically, these little corners, they're not a sharp corner, they're rounded because of the chemical etching, and you can actually, if you're running any high power, which this is not high power, but whenever you're doing any high power circuitry or something like that, you actually will create a fuse, or if you're doing something that's very sensitive, like slew rates or high-speed circuits, you can actually create resistors in those sections where they connect. So obtuse angles are a great thing when you are when you're laying out. You want everything to be obtuse. You don't want acute angles like that one. So you want to be careful of that. But overall, board quality looks pretty good. Looks like it's got, let's see, it's solder on the pad, so I'm guessing it was a hassle process. So I don't see any kind of like golden look to it, so I doubt there's any ENIG. solder mask looks pretty good. So does the silk screen. Silk screen looks pretty nice. Looks to be, I don't know, probably, I'm guessing 062. I could measure it with the calipers, but it looks like it's about 062 thick, maybe even a little thinner, I don't know. This bottom one seems to be about the same thickness. Looks fairly well done. I like the, let's see, I like the annular ring size they chose for here. I don't know what that's about. Looks like they laid down pretty decent. Is this all copper? Yeah, it's all copper. So they laid down a big, huge copper pour. Boy, I hope nothing is like thermally connected to that. That doesn't look like it is. A lot of times when you lay down huge copper pours like this, you have to be careful. You have to lay it like they did on both sides or something, because sometimes you can cause it to, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm laying it down. See how this side lifts when I push down on it? And it's because it warps. The circuit board will actually warp because there's so much copper on it that as the copper is being etched onto it, it'll actually warp it. And you can get warpage. And how you can tell how warped a board is lay it down and press on a corner and see if it doesn't. See, it's lifting up a little bit, but nothing horrible. But it'll do what we call it potato chipping. It'll actually, the board will be warped. This one's not too bad. I think these other ones, they're not too bad either. And that honestly could be, you know, I've got, the surface isn't exactly, you know, solid. So, okay, let's back out. All right, so we got our package of goodies here. We also have our instructions. So what kind of goodies we got? We got lots of capacitors, some transistors, some push buttons, LEDs. So I'm guessing that it probably flashes using the transistors. I bet they're probably creating some sort of a, with the capacitors, probably like a tank circuit or something like that. Oh, looks like there's some little screws probably to mount this on with. But quite a few little components. Looks like a little tiny DC barrel connector. How cute! So you might be able to, so you can actually plug it in with a wall wart adapter or something. So, okay, well that's quite interesting. Let's take a look at the instructions, shall we? Let's see how these look. So, it's the Vogurtime LED Christmas tree soldering kit. So I'm guessing here is the circuit here. And so we've got, let's see, we've got our transistors. I don't know if you guys can see this here. Let me see if I can zoom in here. So we've got our transistors here. Let's see. So we've got, of course, our normal resistors. Looks like they got, well, looks like they got 10Ks. They got some 22 micros in between here and a 22 microfarad, but there's the RC circuit. They're using 10Ks. That's kind of, seems to, oh, that's the pull-ups. Never mind. I was looking at it wrong. There's, I don't know what R is. What is R? Does it matter? 2K? 330 ohm. Okay, I figured. So 330 ohm is probably going to be these for the LED current limiters. And then we've got some 10Ks for just some pull-ups, just to pull these high. And that's basically going to create your tank circuit with your 22 microfarad. And same with over here, because that looks like that goes, yeah, there. So that's what these 22 microfarads are. It's going to create like a tank circuit. And so these will basically, I think they'll basically breathe is what's going to happen. As the capacitor charges and discharges, they're gonna blink, essentially. So well, that's pretty cool. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead. See, it looks like they give you a nice little lowdown on what you're supposed to have. They give you some installation pointers. They even tell you that some of the tree, you bend the LEDs over. It looks like you lay the LEDs over is what you do. Anyway, so guys, that's enough of me blabbering on forever and a million years. Let me go ahead and get going with soldering some of this up, and we will see what it looks like once we get some of the components on it, all right? All right, guys, actually real quick, I just wanted to show you just one quick shot of what all comes in the kit. So you got 3 different piles of some LEDs, all your resistors, some transistors, some BJTs from the looks of the schematic, your capacitors, barrel connector, push button switch, I don't know if you can see that, push button switch, some hardware to mount the battery components, and then it even comes with, it's a USB cable. Okay, so it works off of basically 5 volts or 4.5 volts if you're counting the whatever these are, the batteries, you know, because these are 1.5 volt AAAs. So anyway, so it works off of all that. So that's basically all you get in the kit, along with your lovely keychain. So I'm going to go ahead now and put these two together, at least solder the components onto it, because it's pretty straightforward. Pretty good instructions here, tells you which to put where, and we'll be back in a flash. Okay guys, so I've got it kind of dark here so that we can look at it. I've got one side soldered up already, but I've got one side because I'm going to play with it since I have a benchtop power supply. I'm going to go ahead and hook this up positive and negative to a 4.5 volt set source here. So let me turn it on. Aha, we've got some life. I tell you, the green is really bright. Or is that yellow? No, that's the green. Green is really bright. So that's interesting. I don't know if it's the wavelength of light. It seems like it is, but the green is really, really bright. But they do blink, so it does work. All right, so we're halfway there. So let me assemble the other one. Okay guys, so it looks like I've got it all soldered up and got them all put together. So now it looks like this just slides together. Now I don't know which way it slides together. It looks like there's some arrows that point me in the right direction. It looks like there's some solder pads to make it rigid. But then again, I'm not real sure if they go a certain way or not. So looking at the base here, there's a plus and a minus here. So I'm gonna guess, so if we got plus and minus, then this has to go this way for plus and minus to go correctly into the right slots. That's gonna be my guess, and I'm sticking to it. So I need to work this on down through here, okay, like that. So that's what it looks like, plus minus, plus minus. So now, it looks like on the inside here, I line these up, see, and then I can solder them. So that's what it looks like. I'm gonna need to do next is solder this up to where it's one rigid piece, place it on the base, solder that up, and we should be good. So we'll be right back. Okay guys, well there she is, all put together. One thing that was interesting was getting these little corner pieces because the solder keeps wanting to suck through to the other side. So what I ended up having to do is take the iron and just kind of drag it across it, you know, tin the end of the iron where it's got a big blob on it, and then just rake it across it to get those to bond. But other than that, it looks pretty darn good. So we need to go ahead and attach our battery pack to it, which it's gonna sit just about like that. We got some little screws here that we're gonna put through it. So let's see if I can get one of those little screws through here. Okay guys, so there it is. I ended up wrapping the wires around and kind of taping them because the wires kind of would come apart, but there it is, all put together. I'll have to get some batteries for it. I really don't like that little thing coming out. That just kind of sucks. But anyway, I would say they could have done better with this guy. They could have put a little bit better plastic, or at least gotten a better plastic box. I have some myself that are better. I may change it out later. But all in all, it seemed to go together pretty simply. Now, one thing I would say we would probably add would be some feet. Maybe, you know, instead of it resting on the batteries, maybe get some of these, you know, some of these legs, maybe put some of these on there. Yeah, that's probably what I would do to finish the ensemble. Is I'd probably put some of these little standoffs to just get it up off of the ground here. Let's see if I can kind of just halfway, see if I can get them all to go in. Yeah, I can probably get some standoffs to go in there. See, you know, probably put some standoffs in here. You know, that's probably what I would do as my last resort, just to get it up off the battery pack. But all in all, it's actually pretty good little guy. It was pretty fun to build. This probably took me about, I don't know, probably took me about an hour or so to put it all together. Not too bad. Good solder teaching though, teaches you how to solder and whatnot. So all in all, pretty good that way.
Okay guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Putting this little guy together was actually quite a bit of fun. I like the little transistor capacitor tank circuit that they got going on here. And it comes with the little on-off button. I don't know if you guys can see that blinking. Hopefully you can. But yeah, of course I showed you it blinking in the previous clip there. But this is actually pretty neat little guy. It was actually quite easy to solder and put together. Fairly quick little project. Now I would say that definitely adding the feet to it would probably make it a little bit more stable, but I don't know, it sits pretty fine with the weight being at the bottom with the batteries. It looks pretty good. So in any case, I want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I probably won't be releasing videos over the Christmas and New Year's break just because, you know, I spend time with my family. We travel a little bit. We go up north and spend time with other family. So I probably won't make some videos. I'll probably tweet and I'll probably talk on the YouTube channel using the app, or not app, but using the messaging system that's there. So if you haven't subscribed, definitely press that subscribe button down below and ring the bell that's next to it, because that way you don't miss out on any of the content that's coming up. I've got lots of stuff planned. It's got a whole new year to put stuff together. We've got Maker Faire that's going to be coming up next year. That ought to be a lot of fun. It's a time where you guys can come see me. If you're in my area and whatnot, it ought to be a lot of fun. So guys, with that, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Make sure and follow me on Twitter and Instructables and all the different socials that are down below. Check out the link down below, and a very big thank you to who provided this for us, and links down in the description. So if you want one of these for your holiday season, you might as well go ahead and pick one up at the link down below. Thanks again, guys, and make sure that you also check out Amazon Prime, because you can get this in 2 days. Free shipping, 2 days. Check the link out down below for a 30-day free trial. We will see you next time.